This ain't entertainment. This is a move. This is prophecy with a pulse. A soundtrack for the remnant. We don't just make music. We speak fire from the corners of the city to the gates of the kingdom. From survival to revival, from chemo chairs to dry bones rising. The Aurelius Radio ain't just about beats. It's about power. Power to heal. Power to rise. Power to remember who we really are. We're street bred, spirit led, anointed with the oil of war and peace. We don't fold. We don't flinch. We go gangster on fear. We go holy on sickness. We go full of flames for the people of Yah. So if you're tired of dead religion, if you're done with fake healing, if your soul been searching for the real sound of heaven, you just tapped in. This is your Aurelius, and this is the sound of faith on fire.
They rewrote the books. They renamed the nations. They put chains on the body, then chains on the mind. But Yah said, rise, and you cannot stop what Yah ordains. This is a world of lies, and the truth is walking in the open now. Thousands of years, they buried the name, rewrote the history, rearranged the frame, took a holy nation, stripped them of their tongue, told them they were nothing before they were young. Ships in the water, chains on the wrist, said, yeah, I don't see you, put them on the list. Built a whole religion, dressed it up in white, called the darkness holy, called the bondage right. The scrolls don't lie, the prophecy stands, Deuteronomy 28 written by his hands. Every curse that fell was a covenant sign that the people in the darkness were his people all the time. They fought to keep the secret locked behind the door, but the awakening is louder than it's ever been before. You can hate what's rising, but you cannot stop the light. When Yah said rise, we rise. When Yah says fight, we fight. This is a world of lies, built on stolen thrones and stolen lies. This is a world of lies, where they dress the devil up and call him wise. But the truth is breaking through the disguise. You can't hide what Yah has opened up our eyes. This is a world, this is a world, this is a world of lies. They turned up the music to drown out the truth. They put it in the schools, they went after the youth. Every false religion, every man-made creed was entertainment for the flesh, not a spiritual seed. They changed Yahushua's name and changed his father's too. Said the Hebrew doesn't matter, said the Greek will do. But every name has a meaning, every title has a weight. In the name above all names, they tried to desecrate. Isaiah 5:20, I know what Yah said. Whoa, woe to those who call evil good before the judgment falls on their head. They renew their hatred when we started to see, because a nation that knows who they are can never be kept on their knees. But Yah is greater, Yah is higher, Yah is sovereign over all. He promised he would gather every last one from the fall. This is a world of lies, built on stolen thrones and stolen lies. This is a world of lies, where they dress the devil up and called him wise. But the truth is breaking through the disguise. You can't hide what Yah has opened up our eyes. This is a world, this is a world, this is a world of lies. Yahushua said, watch, the days of Noah coming back around, eating, drinking, marrying, until the flood came down. Matthew 24, read it line by line. Wars and rumors, nation against nation, every sign. False prophets rising, saying they know the time. Religion is the stage and the flesh is the design. This is the darkness that has come to the light. This is what they hid for 1,000 years a night. But Yah said rise, and the dead bones came alive. You built a world of lies, but the truth will survive. Keep its hatred, keep its systems and its games. We are coming out of Babylon. Revelation's call. We don't need their validation. We don't need their applause. We serve the Elohim of Israel, and we walk within his laws. We are the seed of Abraham. We are the tribe of the Most High. We are the people of the covenant, and we will never ever die. This is a world of lies, built on stolen thrones and stolen lives. This is a world of lies, where they dress the devil up and call him wise. But the truth is breaking through the disguise. You can't hide what God has opened up our eyes. This is a world. This is a world. This is a world of lies. This is a world of lies. Woo, woo. The truth will rise. Woo. This is a world of lies. Every lie has an expiration date. Yeah, I set that date. The nation is rising. The scrolls have been unsealed. In this world of lies is running out of time. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Got a whole lot going on. It's about every time I try to do it live, I get all these texts coming in and things. Shalom, shalom, Sister Angela, as well as Brother Robert. It's two of us, three of us. Hey, but we gonna still figure it out. Let me do this. Every time I do this. Oh, wrong thing. Escape. Man, hold on. All right, that's what it with us right there. All right, I'm glad you brothers, brother and sister, were able to come in today, and this is about bracing our faith. We got a lot of things going on, and a lot of stuff that they talk about on the internet and the news. Brothers and sisters, we got to start sticking this stuff with Hey, you're right, Brother Robert. I got you, and I appreciate it. We got to start taking things with a grain of salt. You know, the world can sit up and say this and say that. Like today, I just seen on the banner of a news channel, and they said the scientists are saying this global warming is really messing up the atmosphere. That's what they say. Shalom, shalom, Brother Dave. But me and you and everybody else says, well, we know why it's happening. And with what we know, that right there should tell us something, that this is going to be a fight. Because they understand it. I mean, for the average person, no. They may not know. They may be thoroughly believing, yeah, this is global warming. But we know it's judgment. Now, when it comes to this judgment, the knowledge, what individuals know, they're going to go with it. They don't understand what this is about. And as things get darker and darker, oh, brothers and sisters, it's going to get heavier and heavier upon us. We know this is all about an awakening. This is all about a hatred that is escalating higher and higher. That's what's happening. And now, people, and how can I say this? A grafted in of people, the grafted ones. And I'm going to say this because I got a comment on one of the songs that I made, and it seemed like it touched a nerve. That's what it did. It touched a nerve. And so this person sent me a book. So I read the message and all that, and I replied to it. And I stated, well, before I get into that, we are going to go through some things. And when I say we, I'm talking about bloodbound Israel. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm speaking upon. We are the representative of the light, of the Most High, the light, and which is true. And I understand that, and I get it, and I, understand it. But at the same time, and I mean this with a great deal of respect, we are accustomed to where nonsense comes from. Nolan Wales, who was he with? A lot of people, they say, or they give off the notion they're trustworthy people. Well, we're seeing that right now. We're seeing that. And there's a reaction that you're going to get from that. We know who we have to contend with. That's one thing we do know. Now, that particular video, my mom and daddy don't play that. Ain't playing that. And this person who messaged me, Gentile, and saying, hey, you supposed to be setting a better example. In so many words, that's what she was saying. So I replied and I said, more so, it's a blessing that, you're being grafted in and things of that nature. But as long as we are in Satan's system, you're going to have Gentiles. You will have majority of Gentiles that are not trustworthy. I was about to say, for example, Nolan Wales, because the video, and truthfully, it needs to be said to parents, to the children, period. What was his name? Martin Luther King, when he realized he took his people into a situation and he was trying to get out of it now. Oh, no, yeah. Segregation, all that. No, we need to stay by ourselves. And the more we stay by ourselves, it's like the nations want to, what y'all got going on? What y'all doing? So they got smart. They brought in the boule. And brothers and sisters, that stuff is still going on right down to this very day. We're talking about music. We know where the spells are coming from. The music industry. We know this. And who is the devil using to push it. Shalom, shalom, Brother Kenneth. I'm glad you came in, brother. What's going on in the world? Brother Robert. This stuff is escalating. I seriously believe before this year is out, we're going to be in a whole different arena. I seriously believe that. We're going to be in a whole different arena. Gentiles are going to be put to the test too. As much as they think they're not, they may think they're not, they're going to, I'm talking about the ones that's being grafted in. They're going to be put to the test too. Either you can respect what's going on with Israel, and some people say it's not about color, but yet and still. Okay, if that's what you want to believe, you're entitled to your belief. But if we move in a different way, and we are moving in a different way, it ain't the fact that just because you speak like you're intelligent and you sound like you're heartwarming, please, that don't get nowhere with us. It's a whole lot more involved than you talking like you are that particular person that you can trust me. No, we did that. We did that a long time ago. We're not even trying to fall for that. But now you see our people waking up to this. Now you're seeing our people, whether they woke or not, saying no more spending nights, no more be on point when whoever you calling your friend. And what, brothers? We had that notion in amongst ourselves. If you are a black family and you're living in the hood and you're protecting your children, your family, you tell them, no, you don't go there. Don't be messing with that person. That person may be black too, but you know that there's a bad spirit with that person. This is not nothing against just white people. No, it's not. We've been under that for the longest. And so, if you have a brother that's getting upset, like the sister here, she was highly upset because the video, I'm gonna play it. It depicted, this little sister was in school, but her friends was Gentiles, and she was letting them know, hey, she couldn't do that. Shalom, shalom, Sister Van P. I'm glad you came in, sis. But these are the conversations we should have been having with our kids a long time ago. But it took the death of the young brother Nolan. Then black people like, start picking your friends. And I'm gonna say black people, when black people put out a bulletin, it goes viral. And that bulletin went viral. So now it ain't the fact that this is something new to us. It's not. But hey, we had to be brought up on, up to date. And this is what's happening. Now, they can get upset, and to each his own. We all have free will. I tells my son, no, we ain't even trying to do that. You can be cordial to your people, to the people and all that stuff. I get it. Shalom, shalom, says Melody. I tell my son, I'm not trying to get a phone call talking about some stuff that had an accident, but he the only one that's hurt. Man, you can let that nonsense ride. I'm not even trying to go down that road. So now, when we start to separate ourselves, what do the world say? Oh, oh, you like that? They'll call you prejudice and all that stuff. No, when at that time, brothers and sisters, when we was trying our forefathers rather, was trying their best to make us part of what they got. Not understanding, we didn't know who we were, but the Most High allowed for us to get in it, and now we understanding it, and now we're trying to get out of it. That's what we're doing. And what do? They counteract with these commercials, interracial commercials. And the sad thing about it is, the majority of the commercials now, the interracials, they got the alphabet going on. This is very demonic, brothers. This is a very demonic time. And this is just me now. And I would say this major shift took place in June. We started feeling something totally different. And if you're talking about hate, hang it up, brothers. It's going to get worse across the board. And our people, we will be affected too. You're going to see this increased hatred. Oh, that's taking that piece away. That's all that's gearing up. This is going to be that bracing of your faith moment. This is the Most High telling his people, this is what's about to happen. You don't think that brothers and sisters now are looking at these things, they're looking at what's really going on. And you may be a brother or sister in the suburbs. Your child may be going to the school where it's predominantly white, but you still have to move in a different way. Because brothers, when it's all over said and done, there's an activation that's already in place. I seen a video of brothers. The more question brothers and sisters ask about this Nolan Wells situation, you get all these videos. And I seen this video where this brother's body has been. No, brothers, there was no life in that brother's body. But you're seeing, you're understanding, when the devil activate his people, they go devilish. That's what they did. That's what they did. Right down to this very day. So what? Do you think, the Most High put it up on me, hey, do this here. Brother, what do you think I'm supposed to do? Sit there and worry about what man is thinking and saying? I kind of figured I was going to get some fallback on that particular song. So be it. So be it. But brothers and sisters are now telling their kids, hey, be on your P's and Q's. Keep your head on the swivel. Your friends are not always your friend. They can change in an instant. If the devil is looking, brother, let's just, Brother Robert Fucci and his book. Brother Robert, I'm looking at all this stuff. And see, when it's all over said and done, Brother Robert, you know what it is? Truthfully, all of this nonsense is a distraction. Don't let these people fool you. They can walk around here and put up a false sense of confidence. Because truthfully, that's what they're doing. They're walking around with a sense of confidence. It just, it'll pass by. This ain't passing by. And if they want to feel that it's passing by, trust and believe. There's going to be a whole lot of bodies that are going to be coming right with that trail. It's going to be. It's going to be. They're around here and they're talking all this dumb stuff. And they understanding it. This rising or birthing of a nation, brothers, is going to affect us. It's going to. When I say hatred, brothers, I don't even think I can even see or well, let me take that lie back. The hatred is going to be on a whole nother level. It's on a whole nother level. With Nolan Wells, all of this is going on. How many of those kids is locked up right now? Please let me know. How many of them are locked up right now? When the devil activate his people, brothers, what do you think? The Most High going to leave us dormant? It's going to be power for power. We are already awakened. We know exactly who we are. And the devil knows exactly who we are. Now, like I was saying about the music industry, that's one we woke up to and we understand. Your lyrics are demonic. It's meant to enslave. It's meant to teach and put on top death. I mean, that's all the devil is about. He's about death. That's all. Anything. Let's just look at some music that talks about getting high, getting drunk. And we all know if you keep on with that particular lifestyle, yeah, this is what's going to happen to you. But that's what that's the entertainment. That's a part of their logo. And this is what we got to contend with. This is the stuff you got to keep your kids from. Because if you start looking at it, when the brother was calling their sisters out their name, B's and H's, what's happening now? What's happening now? I'll show you the strength of it now. In the music, now you have, especially this young generation, they call one another B's just in casual conversation, not understanding the strength or the curse, the strength and curse they're putting on themselves and their so-called friends. And you start to live a life according to that wicked spirit. That's the power of the tongue when it's all over said and done. That's it. We have some stuff in front of us. Well, I would say in front of us, it's already here. It's already here. They sit, man, and they talk this stuff. But it's sad. Truthfully, it's sad because it's going to get worse. That's off the top. 2026, brother, I'm still baffled. We're already in the middle of the year. We're in the middle of the year. And now they was talking about this. Now, what you was talking about, Brother Robert, with Anthony Fucci, whatever his name is. Yeah, I was looking at a clip of that and everything. And truthfully, I thought it was an old clip. I said, wait a minute, they still talking about this? They're going to talk about any and everything, brothers, just to keep us preoccupied or distracted to what's really going on. They just said that at the request of Iran, it asked for a ceasefire. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm going to say this. You got to take that with a grain of salt. And some black pepper, some paprika, some nutmeg. Brothers, we know just because a nation would say this, it doesn't really mean or can be believed that this is what they really asked for. Of course, now at the same time, what they got, saying that Iran hacked into the water system. Okay. Okay. And that may be true. I mean, I can't validate it. The only thing I am looking at, hey, this is what they saying this has happened. Now, brothers and sisters, let me just say this. If we go back a couple of years ago, and truthfully, Biden was in office, and Biden said this, that we were going to have this country was going to have some electrical interruption along with water, all this stuff. He said he had the food, there's going to be a slight food shortage. This is all the stuff he said was going to happen. So now they want to push it off on another nation. Hey, so be it. All right. Do that. Do that. But we, as black people, I'm going to say black people, what? They've been around us for the longest. And so when they say something, we take it and we hold it right there, because you can't say we believe it. You can't say you believe it until you get more and more evidence, because we understand this system is governed by Satan, and his gift that he has is he's a liar. And you got a people who follows and speak his language of lies. The Nolan Wales case. All of the little kids lying. All of them. They can't keep the lie together. Where do you think they learned that from? Shalom, shalom, according to Yah 7. Where do you think they got that from? Now we're starting to see things come down. When I say down, we're talking about from the parents down to the children. And what? They have the audacity to look upside your head. And for the ones that don't know, their days are numbered. Whatever power they think they have, brothers, is falling on deaf ears. There is a power change, that of income. All the things they have been trying to do against black people has been backfiring. And some of them just flat out, it just didn't work. They can't understand it. Scripturally speaking, we do. We know where it's coming from. They got themselves, and I'm talking about, grafted ones too. You want to go through some things, just as much as we go through some things. Now, if you think that you grafted in and everything is copacetic, please let this stuff get heightened to a point where you have a civil war. And you know that these people that you're running with are of Israel. All right? Let's go with this for a moment. You know this. Now, this stuff then got popped off. Now, when you run up on a barricade and they seeing all these black people, and they thinking they about to get down. I mean, this is just an example now. But they see you in the midst of all these black people. How you go stand then? See, that's pressure there. Because you're looking at something that could be taken from you, which is your life. Just because, I'm not shooting down, brothers. I'm not shooting down grafted ones. But I am going to say, you're going to go through a test just like we do. We've been going through. And if you think that you go just roller skate through the system through the wilderness, unscathed, no scratches, no bruising, no bumps, man, please don't fool yourself. You're going to go through it. And if you cannot understand the feelings, and I'm going to say feelings, of a black person when it comes to this Nolan thing situation, you ain't been living long enough. You have not seen or felt the pain, and I'm not putting ourselves on a pedestal, of what we've been going through. All right, you seen the scripture, you understand the scripture. Hey, these people from a scriptural standpoint, these people are Israelites. And if I want to save my life, I got to get on board with them. Getting on board, brothers and sisters, yeah, that's more than a notion. It's more than a notion. It's easy right now for individuals, and I'm speaking about Gentiles, to say, hey, these are the people of the book. But when that persecution kicks in, something that we are already accustomed to, but when that tribulation, not tribulation, but when that time, all that hard stuff really kicks in, now you got to ask yourself where you going to stand. And I'm not talking about Israel. I'm talking about these grafted ones. If we going to go through, if we going through all of this trouble, what makes you think that you go get unscathed? You going to go through this? You think you just go rock and walk with Israel and not be put to the test, not understanding the severity of our plight? No, it ain't gonna happen that way. It's not going to happen that way. This is the thing, brothers. And like I said, I'm not trying to come off disrespectful to Gentiles and grafted ones. I'm not. But and you listen to other brothers and you read the scriptures. No, we're going to go through some things. We're going to go through some things. And what? We can look back and look at our forefathers at some of the stuff they went through. You're like, wow, we got to go through some more stuff. Hey, but this is also disobedience of Israel. This is what we got to go through. Now, hey, we in Gentile, we all got free will. If you want to sit up here and jump ship, you have that free will to do just that, jump ship. And truthfully, brothers, yeah, I can see that happening. I can see people jumping ship. Oh, these people are the Israelites and so and so, so and so. But when your life is put it's put out there on the chopping block, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm talking, hey, and like I said, I'm not trying to offend no one, but we got to deal with reality. It's going to be, It's going to happen. Us, we've been going through it more than 400 years. It was just worse at 400. That's what it was. So this bracing of our faith is just not talking about Israel or like black people. It's talking about you too. That's saying you are grafted in. You will have to go through these things off the top. Off the top. And now on that particular song, I got commendations from black people. But this particular person was talking about how they was all caught up in their feelings. And he was talking about, black people. And this person claimed to be grafted in and everything, saying that, hey, you all are supposed to be the example, a light to the world. Now, brothers, we're not going to put ourselves in any type of danger, period, if we can avoid it. If we got to yell to another brother or sister, amen, be careful of this here and be careful of that, we're going to do that. That's what we're supposed to do, period. If we see danger, no, you shouldn't be doing it. Oh, and then with this awakening, hey, the Most High says separate yourself. What do we do? Oh, yes, we started separating ourselves. What happened when we started separating ourselves, brothers? They start looking upside your head. When you start to move over here all by yourself, they want to, hey, what you doing? They want to be all up in your grill. See, now this stuff right here, this is just the beginning, brothers. Israel woke up. Israel said, no, you know what? The Most High said, no, I got to separate myself. And that video, yes, I put it in there, wrote it out and everything, said, no, this need to be, we need to push this out to the kids. My son was going to school. I told him, man, you don't eat nobody else's food. My son did not go over people's house spending nights. No, I mean, off the top. He didn't go over just to go by there and visit. No, he didn't do that. We don't know what's going on in other people's homes. And truthfully, when my son was when he was in school, he had a friend, Gentile friend that he talked to all the time. I didn't know they parent. I don't go knocking on nobody's door. Hey, I'm so-and-so, this is my son. I don't do that. No, I didn't. But my son, he come back and he talked to me. Hey, Dad, so-and-so, and him and I forgot the boy's name. But my son was just talking one day. And he said, well, Dad, I said, well, I was asking him, I just asked him, I said, well, what does his mother do? Oh, no, Dad, he lived with his father. This is what my son said. I said, okay, all right. Which I understood because it was just me and my son. And he said, no, but Dad, his dad is married to a man. I looked at my son like, what? I didn't know. That's just me now. And so I'm like, but this is the spirit, because they were like, hey, can Mike come over? And brothers, this is the reason why we hold on to what we hold on to. Because you don't know what's going on. The world wants you to accept everything. Hey, scripturally speaking, we can't accept everything the world wants us to accept. That's one thing we can't do. So now I'm like, well, my son said this, and now I'm questioning my son, like, And because one day the young boy came over to our house and everything, but he seemed like kind of bossy. I didn't say nothing. And so it was getting late, and so he told my son he was about to leave and everything. I said, Mike, you want to watch that now? That dude is kind of too bossy. And he's like, Dad, I thought it was just me. And he said, okay, I see what you're saying. Now, my son, because this, brother, now this is one conversation. I got to think about the words I'm saying. Of course, this particular, my son's school, they was using Black Lives Matter as a scapegoat. My son came home with that particular T-shirt. In the front, BLM. Okay. I will get rid of it anyway. But my son didn't know. My son, he started walking to the bedroom. And I seen that little rainbow on the back of it. I was like, these, I said, boy, these, the devil is trying hard to lure us, our kids, into his system. They want you to understand. And my son came back to me. He said, Dad, I said, Mike, get rid of this. I said, this is what this represents. He said, oh, Dad, I didn't know. And I said, this is what they're doing. It was like a 2 weeks thing that they was doing at my son's school. And so I just told him what it represented. I showed him and everything. But one thing I have to say about my son, he loves DC and Marvel, but you let them start twisting it into that lifestyle. He won't even look at that cartoon. He would not look at that episode. He don't even mess with it. When they had Wonder Woman, she said, Wonder Woman came off like that way. My son said, no, Dad, I had to turn it off. He said, this stuff it's like they're trying to force it down your throat. But this is what the world is doing. This is what the world is doing. And so going back to being at individuals' homes, no, we don't get down that way. Because I don't know what you accept, because what you may accept, I don't accept it. And this is the reason why the Most High tells his people, separate yourself. Don't mingle with them. He was telling our forefathers that thousands of years ago. And now here we are, walking on the road of end times prophecy. This is us, brothers. This is us. We are feeling the brunt of all of that nonsense that the nation was plotting to do, and they just brought it all down to this particular day in time. This is where we are at. It seemed like it's a hemmed up situation. No, it's not. The more we fight to stay separate from the nations, because like I said, it's all on TV, it's all on the internet, and people expect us, to chime in, accept it, move on. And we're not doing that. We're not doing it. And if you don't do it, hey, what do? All right, you made yourself an adversary of the devil. And this is our stance right down to this very day. But the thing about it, like I said, brothers, we are used to persecution. This grafting in, brothers and sisters, it did not start until this awakening. It did not start until this awakening. And like I said, I say this with a great deal of respect to grafted ones. You're going to go through some things. You're going to make some decisions, just like we made some decisions. They're going to go through it. Now, I know some brothers, I mean, don't get me wrong, how they view ones being grafted in and things of that nature. All right, that's their understanding. I don't talk down to them, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you are accustomed, and this is what Satan's system has put out, even for the grafted ones, you coming in, you recognizing who these people are, who they truly are, and then now you starting to see scriptures say, hey, you could be grafted in. What Israel will go through, trust and believe, you're going to go through it too. But you're going to have that leeway where you can hop on, you can hop off. That's the thing. Either you will be faithful or you're not. I have not seen not one brother or sister say this to Gentiles. You go through some things. All they was just talking about was just being grafted in. It's a whole lot more than just being grafted in. You're talking about taking up your torture state or your yoke and you following Yahushua. That's what you're talking about doing. This is that bracing of your faith moment, brothers, when it's all over, said and done. We got all this stuff that's going on. I've seen so many of our people, I'm gonna say black, coming up missing. Police shootings. They're more. Of course, hey, you have a spirit now, brothers. Y'all may think I'm joking. You have a spirit that stands behind a microphone. Some people call him the president, but hey, that's a spirit. And you feel, or they feel, what he's saying. Hey, this country, yeah, we got all these immigrants here. Brothers, all he did, all that spirit is doing, is escalating hatred. That's what's happening. This is an escalation of the hatred from a voice that's putting it out, broadcasting it out to its believers. This is why I'm talking about this activation. We have a discernment that the Most High has given us. And we can discern, something ain't right here. The Most High has given us that. And we should be using it. These days are wicked, brothers. This system there's some things I just heard, brother. I mean, truthfully, I don't want to talk. I do need to talk about. I mean, y'all may think this stuff is so demonic. It is unbelievable. Some of the stuff I didn't heard. And that's the thing that's kind of boggles me, because truthfully, in my head, and I know Brother Robert and Brother Earl, they're like, nah, man, I'm just trying to get about this system, and things of that nature. Get away from it. And I seen brothers, and I talked to some brothers They were like, "Nah, man, this is just that time. We just got to be real about getting ourselves away from this system." They want us in contact, some type of contact with this system. They don't want you away from the system. They do not. They do not want you away from this system. Communications, little cell phone, you still linked in. Email account, you linked in. They want you so much into their system, brothers. It is absolutely unbelievable how bad or desperate the devil wants you in his system. When the Most High was telling us, "Hey, get out. Get out." That was what was it? I think about a few months ago. I was talking about communications. You see, and then at the same time, on top of communications, of getting out. And to a degree now, brothers, I'm gonna say it this way. It's easy, it's easier said than done, put it that way. That's exactly what it is. It's easier to speak these things, to talk about them. And doing it, what is it going to take? What is it going to take for us to bore down and say, "You know what, bomb it. I got to go. I got to detach myself from this system." Because the devil is using any and everything to keep you or keep them in contact with you. Brothers, I do communications. Some of the equipment that I have, brothers and sisters, that I be getting, that I got to install, I know exactly what that equipment does. Some of that equipment, switches, routers, whoever made it, they got a way that they can call into it. So this particular, a lot of the equipment, it calls back home, even what you may have here in this country. Your cell phone, brother, please. And I'm quite sure each and every last one of you brothers and sisters know that your cell phone is a two-way radio. It's a radio, but they can hear your conversation. You cannot. You can, talk to the back and forth with the person. They got more information on you than you have on them. And I'm talking about prying ears and whatever. This is what they do. Hold on, let me see, Brother Robert. I gotta send my brother that. Because he took the jelly. Brother Robert, now I'm finna lay something down on you on that. Hold on, let me do it this way. Now, I don't know the brothers and sisters see this. Now, I'm going to let y'all brothers and sisters know this. Elon Musk, in the next couple of years, he's going to be top dog for internet service, period. Off the top. But it's also linking up with biochemistry or something like that. With these, let me see, these vaccines, brothers, this is some very demonic times. And this is just me now. This is just my encouragement. Know what you're getting into. It's easy to get into it. Very difficult to get out of it. Very difficult. They're taking a spirit world, blending it in with the flesh. That's what they're doing. They can send a signal And this is what now this is information that's already out there. They can shoot a signal if you took this vaccine, and they would tell that vaccine to make this particular antibody from a satellite. This is the information that's already out there now, brothers. Now, they're already saying there's too many people on this earth. Brothers, sisters, this, I'm trying to put this way, I know they're going to get me. If you're saying there's too many people on this planet Earth, this is what the nations are saying. There's too many people on this earth. All righty. What do we need to do? And I'm going to throw it out a scenario. I'm going to talk in a scenario way. Okay, we need to bring in some diseases. We got to make sure that we have an antidote for it, because just in case we may get sick, we got something we could take, and we right back at what we're doing. Spread it out there. Spread it. That's all we need to do. That's what they're doing. They've been telling us this, brothers, in movies. The movies, like I said, we was looking at it as entertainment. They was not looking at it as entertainment. They were looking at it making some money and things of that nature, but yet and still they knew what they knew what their underlying motive was and is. And this is what's happening. That man's internet service is almost complete globally. Globally, almost complete. He has so many satellites up there. I think they said it was like, was it 1,200 or 12,000? I don't know. I forgot the number. I know it's 12 something. So if you have his service, which I used to install it, the rotation of the earth, that equipment, that satellite that you may have on your house, it moves also. And it finds the nearest satellite that he has up there that, so that you can continue to communicate. And now, anytime you're dealing with the internet, brothers, you can always do you can program a phone number into your computer. You can make phone calls off of it. They call it voice over IP, internet protocol. But that's information that they can hear. Whatever you think you plant on the computer, they seeing it. Whatever you watching on your computer, your phone, or whatever, they seeing it. The devil know your vices. And now they done brought in AI. They brought well, ain't no such thing as brought. It's been here. It has been here for a very long time. But at the same time, when the Most High said, get out of her, we did not understand the severity of what the Most High was saying. But we start feeling it, though. See, this is the thing. We start feeling it, just like you sitting in a bath of water. I mean, you're in water and you heating it up. Don't nobody truthfully just run a bath tub of hot water and jump right into it, and it's already hot. But now if you sitting in it, you don't recognize it as much. And that's where we're at right now. And we're going to have to make some decisions, brothers. We're going to have to make some decisions. Because Either you will continue to roll with it, or you will recognize it that the devil he's going deeper and deeper. And we don't want to go nowhere deep with the devil. This is his system. Everything is linked to him. Everything is hooked up to the internet. Everything. Oh, you got a heart monitor, you have a pacemaker. Trust and believe. It's linked up to the internet. What? They passing out blood pressure machine. It's linked up to your internet, brothers. That doctor, the doctor have to tell you to come into the office to do that. It's linked up to the internet. Pacemakers, internet. This is Satan's system. And now, like I was saying earlier, brothers, when it was saying that there are too many people on this planet Earth. The more you're hooked up to it, the more danger you are in. Hey, they're gonna come off making like, say this is something that can work for you. Truthfully, yeah, that's true. But the sinister side of it, that's the one that's touchy. That is absolutely touchy. There was this movie. It was a Marvel movie. And I'm Brother Dave. I know you know. I just can't come up with. I forgot which one it was, but it was in this movie. It was a Marvel movie. And what was it? Captain America or something. But anyway, they had these ships. They was they were sitting on water, and then they can turn on the blaze, whatever, and then go aerial. But in this movie, they was about to target a lot of people on Earth and take them out because there's too many people on this planet. Just take them out. They had them already targeted, and these guns knew exactly where to go to get that person. What's in that person's body that these guns was able to link up to that particular person's body and take them out. Now, this is just, this is just a movie. It's just supposed to be entertainment. But at the same time, you got the powers that be saying, hey, there's too many people on this planet Earth. We need to get these vaccines out. This is a controlling mechanism of a demonic system. That's what I'm talking about, Brother Dave. See, this stuff right here, I'm serious when I say this, brothers. We got to start making some decisions. And don't get me wrong. And I know what majority of our concern is going to be. It's going to be family. If Brother Dave had it in his power, if he had all the money he needed to get his immediate family out, I know he'd be gone. I'll be on the same totem pole. But unfortunately, when you talk about you're right, Sister Melody, just a movie. Please. If I had it in my power, I would do the same. Now you want, please, cell phone, man, please. You're understanding now the gravity of this system. This here on the internet, talking, sharing our thoughts and things, I seriously believe, brothers, that's going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end. Sister Melody, Satan has let us know what he's doing. You know, Sister Melody, ain't that crazy? He tells us what he's going to do, what he's doing. And, you know, brothers, there was somebody put something out on the internet. and it was saying this bio-made meat. They said, brothers, that ain't something they're talking about doing. It's already in the stores. He said, this is what you look for when you look at the pack. Brother, it's already out there. It's already out there. It's already out there. And this is just the beginning of a great tribulation. This is Satan's system. He got to bring in conflict. He got to bring in a disruption. Then he go transform himself into an angel of light for the ones that are desperate, hungry, sick. Oh, he want to pull in. But he's the one who caused it. And Sister Melody, you're so right. You're so right. Satan has let us know, brothers, what he is doing. It's not that he's sitting back hiding. He's letting us know how he's getting down. And like I was saying a few weeks ago, you got brothers and sisters out there, brother. They out there in Arizona, they moved out. Hey, they got into solar. They dug their own well. Don't get me wrong, and which is understandable. Some, one sister said it took her about a year for her to completely get away from Babylon. It's going to take time, because you're using Satan's money to get things that you need to live off grid, not to be tied into the system. It takes time. It takes time. But we will have to start somewhere, because if we continue to sit in the tub and the water's heating up, brothers, you'll find yourself cooking yourself, and you're not going to recognize that you're being cooked. That's what we are in line for. We can talk scriptures. We can talk it. But brothers and sisters, it's going to get to a point where you watch this. It's going to be about, all right, now we gotta make some moves. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. Now, hey, the Most High pulls up, say, hey, I'm taking my people out. All right, fine. But if you feel that you need to move out, brothers, do it. I'm not judging nobody. The devil, brothers, and this is what Sister Melody said. Satan has let us know. He's letting us know. It ain't the fact that he's keeping us in the dark. He's letting us know what he is absolutely doing. If you want to talk about some a vaccine and some meat, it's already been done. In the vegetables, done. Now, the gravity and the depthness of this great tribulation, brothers, I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong, and I'm opening myself up for correction. I seriously believe a lot more brothers and sisters are going to start coming up sick. It's going to be something that they're eating. It ain't just like we talking about you going there getting you eating fast food. No, I'm talking about you just coming from a grocery store. Who was that? Bill Gates, who was talking about cows are putting out this here with their waste and everything, damaging the ozone's the ozone. These people use any and everything, brothers, to try to get their point across, to get what they want to get. But it seems that they flat out just don't care no more. That's a movement of the devil. They're going to do what they want to do. The devil understands this awakening, methane gas. That's what I'm talking about. And these animals been on this planet for how long? Now, all of a sudden, you got a man that thinking he's rumbling or thinking he can supersede the Most High. This man got totally against himself. But they have the backing of the devil. That's who he got, and that's who they banking on. Well, they ain't gonna speak about it. They want to sit back and act like, I'm just a smart individual. Dumb as a doorknob. Dumb as a doorknob. He came down to the southern part, and then those southerners, they kind of pushed back on him. They pushed back on him. Truthfully, brothers, when it's all over said and done, we got a demonic movement that's really going on. There's two different movements. The most important movements that are happening for globally. That's what you got. One of them is not tied to the system. And one is. There's the birthing of a nation. Who would have thought that when the Most High said, "Arise, my people," that all of this would have taken place? Truthfully, if you're coming out of religion, we thought we were living in the end time because we started seeing all type of natural disasters and things. I remember back, what was it in the 90s? H1N1. Yeah. Then got into the 2000s, 2019. Oh, no, that was like the 2000. I'm sorry, H1N1. The early 2000s. People watching it, coming in, washing their hands with some rubbing alcohol and all that stuff. All right. Then it advanced. They called it COVID. And we called it judgment. Because that's when 2019, roughly around about that 2015, 19, we start recognizing, we start understanding. When I say when the Most High open up your mind, he opened up his people's mind for them to understand. When he told Daniel to close it up until the end times, what? We woke up. The world, it didn't wake up. It just got mad. That's what it did. The world got judged. The world been in judgment since. The world don't understand what's going on. Because, hey, that priests, pastors, or whatever, kept them just like, hey, all you need to do is believe in Jesus. That's it. That's all they taught. Sending your seed. That's it. That's all the world has taught. And who is that? Brother Earl. Brother Earl said this. He said, I seriously believe religion is going to walk people up to the devil and hand them over to him. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen that way. And that's what they're going to do. They're walking these our people up to the beast. But when you start to see your own people, brothers, and truth be told, That's going to be a bracing of your faith. I mean, we try as much as we possibly can to help our family members to understand. And at the same time, brothers, I'm going to say this. This will be that time when you're going to understand the severity of captivity. You see, this just didn't happen overnight. They knew exactly what they was doing. The devil knew exactly what he knew. All right, we're going to change their religion. First, what they did, they forced it upon our forefathers. That's what they did. It started with the Spaniards. They forced that upon us. So eventually, that generation that it was forced upon, it started to die out. And they kept on with it. Until they kept on with it. Until they kept on with it. Until they kept on until it became a normalcy. That's what it became. They kept on forcing that religion upon us. And they knew, hey, this generation going to die out. This generation is going to be a little bit more lenient towards Christianity. Until we go get this is their plot. This is their plot. So eventually they're going to accept it. Arms wide open. The Most High gave out one command. I ain't gonna say one. This command. He said, "Do not worship any image on the earth or in the heavens." That it was just that simple. There's nothing there to be broken down. But what do people do? They'll throw a cross across their neck and won't think nothing of it because what? Christendom has broken down every barrier of the Bible. That's what they did. And this is what got our people. I'm talking about my people. Granted, Jehovah's Witnesses don't teach wearing crosses. They teach against it. All righty, but trust and believe. They got some flaws that are absolutely against biblical teaching. They do. They may, and truthfully, that's with all religion. But I tell you, this we have an obligation. This is what we have to try to come to our people, wake them up. That's what we have. We have an obligation. And truthfully, the best I would say is by means of your action, because we can sit up here and talk to individuals, pull out scriptures, and due to the fact that you have an anger, you have a hatred that is full of heat. Brothers, that getting to our family members, especially when they're, what's the word? Living a life of distractions. It's the distractions, brothers. I got to say certain things in a different way. There is some stuff out there, brothers, that man has made. That's not good for you. They know exactly. When I say the internet is, it's evil, but yet and still we take it and we do what we can do with it, with out of good. These and oh, brothers, if y'all, let me go ahead and do this here. Brothers, with AI, and this is what they did with AI and doing. If you think they don't know, they know. They know exactly. If you live in a particular neighborhood, they know exactly what you're buying, what foods you're buying, They already know what chemicals in it, and they know exactly what the chemicals are meant to do. So they know this particular area of this particular city, you're going to have a neighborhood or a section of this particular city. These people are going to be experiencing this. And what do? They turn around and say, hey, let's make a medicine for that because they're going to experience this. You go to the grocery store and you go to the doctor. You spending money in their triangle. And you saying, hey, I need this medicine in order for you to stay alive. Come on, brothers. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to start literally waking up. And this is what they got. I'm hooking up the equipment to do it. They know exactly where they're shipping it to and who it's for. When will it kick in? They already know this, brothers. They call it AI. AI just doing, it's a system. It's a system. That's what it is. And that system knows it eventually what's going to happen, brothers. When we seen it in 2019. And you know what? I'm gonna take my hat off to this brother. He's the one who invented it. When they was talking about in 2019, people getting sick, they say, oh, you don't have to come to the hospital. You can do it online. You know, you can do talk to a doctor from your laptop. That was a brother who came up with that. Young brother. I think at that time, that brother was like in his early 20s. That's his stuff. And he licensed it out to the hospitals. He did that. They ain't gonna let you know that, but hey, that's what it was. But anyway, moving forward, this is what they have set up. So now, brothers and sisters, the Most High said in the last days there will be plenty of knowledge and things of that nature out there, and it's here. It's here. We understand what they're doing. What we took as entertainment, they was taking it they took it off. They did it a whole different way. Now that we know that it was not entertainment, we know what they are doing. It's time for us to start doing things a whole lot different. And yes, things may look, brother, it may look to be impossible to do. But if you can think it, go ahead and think it. And let the Most High work with you in doing it. This is the reason why I kept saying, don't cut the Most High's hands off. Don't cut it off. This is the strongest, the creator of all things. If he wants to move them and you believe in it, let him use your belief to get his message out there as to what he will do. We're living in some troubled times, period. Some brothers thinking, all right, I got to have this particular medicine to help me do this here. Brothers, I know what these doctors have said to some brothers. No. My mother is one. She gets irritated at family members. And truthfully, and like I said, I spoke about this a while ago, how I end up getting really into herbs and things. When I was a child, I got hit in the face with a baseball and it busted 3 arteries. It took me a long time to heal up, brothers. I tell you, when I tell you, woo-wee. But anyway, my mother, she got into that herbs and everything. That's how I end up getting into it. When the Most High said the leaves are for the curing of the nation, believe it, brothers. Believe that. Brothers, let me say it this way. The more you believe that, you believe it, there's going to be a spirit that's going to dwell within you. It's going to be a spirit that's going to dwell in you because you believe what the Most High said. Now, you go and you drink your particular tea for this particular issue, and you want to see what the Most High was saying. But if you don't believe it, that spirit is not there for you. You can drink that tea all day long. It ain't gonna be there. But the more you know and you trust in the Most High, the better off you're going to be. That's fact. Now, the doctors will come back and say, oh, well, look here, you want to be careful on eating grapefruits with this particular medicine. This is what the doctors tell you. They want to dominate in the chemical. The chemicals what? Are working again. You are not made of chemicals, brothers. Man knows exactly what he needs to put in something to disrupt your body. The more you believe in the Most High when he says these things, it's already on this planet Earth. You think the brothers over there in the Congo, the Congos, the Congolians, nah, they have a cure for HIV. They know the leaves. But the powers that be, they ain't gonna put that out there. They came up with something, you know, everybody knows Dr. Sebi. They got a medicine that slows it down or make you feel that you're undetectable. They know how to slow it down. Now, this is the thing, brothers. They know how to slow it down. They know how to make you undetectable. Are you joking me? And the Most High just told you? Told us? Man, truthfully, man is validating, or I ain't gonna say validating. To a degree, they're making themselves out to be criminals with the truth. They know, they understand, they did it, they got it out there, brothers. They show these commercials, you know, and things. Oh, that's what it, oh, I didn't know that now, brother Dave. Now I was always a big grapefruit eater and things. But the more, like I said, the more you believe the Most High, when it comes to what he says, believes, the more you believe it, the more you're going to get healed. The more you want to get healed, period. Now, going there with when Yahushua was healing individuals, and there was one time he said, based upon your faith, let it be so. Listen to his words. He said, based upon your faith, let it be so. Brothers, this is where we are at right now. It all depends on the depth of your belief of the Most High. That's when your healing starts. You can activate it if you want to. You have free will to do it. You have free will to do it. And I know I did. I was speaking about, you know, about every black man, they'll lace that high blood pressure and things upon. I was like, man, let me do this here. And this is what I did. I started fasting. I'll go 12 hours without eating. I drink water, and I will have to drink water because I dehydrate. Man, I dehydrate like a newborn baby. I found myself drinking Pedialyte sometimes, but I got to drink water. But I tell you one thing, my blood pressure don't be high. My blood pressure like 104, over 60. I think that may be a tad bit low. But this is what happens when you start looking at a system and you know the system is not working for you. And then, brother, when it's all over said and done, it's going to be called discipline. That's what it's called. The world, before this awakening, the world told us, hey, 2 burgers, 2 fries, and a Diet Coke. The devil knew exactly what he was doing. Brother, you go on these TV, the commercials and all, they're always showing some type of food, some restaurant. The devil wants us to eat and eat and eat. He understands it. He knows what eating can do and it's working. It has worked for a very long time. And he knows, all right, I got these people eating. It's difficult for them to stop eating. A certain company, they got certain chemicals in their stuff, and it makes people eat. It makes people eat. And hey, it's a known fact. They'll tell you it's to keep up profits. It's a chemical. This system, brother, it is absolutely wicked. This is what the Most High been telling us. Get out the system. Scrutinize your own lifestyle. You gotta pray to the Most High. Pray to Him. You want to discipline yourself, brothers, and I'm gonna tell you, it's doable. It is absolutely doable to scrutinize, to discipline yourself, but trust and believe. You're gonna have to have the Most High with you. You're gonna continue to pray to the Most High to be patient with you, because you're gonna understand. It's going to take some time. And I'm not sitting here trying to say, pacify yourself and things of that nature. It's going to take some time. Because what? You think the Most High wants us fat? Israel, do you really believe the Most High wants us all fat and out of shape? No, He does not. He does not. The world got us fat and out of shape. All types of medical conditions. That's what the world wants. Because when you're fat, out of shape, and you got all these medical issues, they want you there. That's what they want. They can sit them and tell you to lose weight and all that, because they're going to know. It's going to be difficult for you to lose weight because you're not disciplined. And that's across the board, brothers. That's across the board. And I'm not talking about nobody personally. I mean, that's something that we got to take up with within ourselves. We know what the devil is doing. We know exactly what he's doing. Sister Melody said it. If you know this is what the devil is doing, now is the time for us to go do opposite. We know what he's about. We know that you want to get a bag of processed chicken. They just got the word chicken on. That's the only chicken that's chicken about the chicken is the name. Now, did it come from a chicken? That's the ticket. They got canned goods. I never seen this before. Canned beef. They got canned chicken. Now I'm asking questions. Is this stuff really real? They can sit up and type what they want to type on the back of that box, brothers. They can type what they want to type on it, and they just deal with the repercussions later. Because they already have the powers that be who can get them out of any type of trouble. Mankind is in trouble. And we, brothers, and this is, let's just say, this is the beginning of the Great Tribulation. It's when they start to get into that dark world of that tribulation. That dark world. And truthfully, I think we're I'm not even looking at no 10 years from that. Truthfully, I'm not. Seeing how sinister the system is right now, brothers. Seeing what the system is trying to do. Well, let's just say what Satan is doing. He wants to get to that plateau where he said, I'm equal like the Most High. His stuff is sinister. He will not have that privilege to think that he's going to sit equal to the Most High. He's not. It's just not going to happen. Cartoon can monster. I got you, Brother Dave. My brothers and sisters, this is what I'm saying. Believe in the Most High. Don't cut his hands off. Don't cut his hands off. The more you believe, brothers, the more you believe, you will start healing yourself. You're going to. The world is going to lie to you. This is Satan's system. And the system is built upon lies. With this awakening, brothers, we're in a fight to draw closer to the Most High, which the devil don't want us to do. Now, granted, we are in his system. And you woke up in his system. He woke us up in his system, up under captivity. But there is a communication that we have with the Most High. It's going to be a battle off the top. It's going to be a battle off the top. But we got to continue to move forward. We know exactly where we at and how we got here. There is no questions about that any longer. Now, for the ones that are still not woke, I seen this one sister, she was on TikTok and she was doing a video. She was like, why do y'all hate us so much? That's the Most High that's calling out to her. That question is coming. That question is derived from the Most High, because eventually she's going to get an answer. She's going to get an answer for it. That's that awakening. And for the ones that I would say, when it comes to family members, I seriously believe, this is just me, the Most High is going to do, I seriously believe, he's going to do an awakening of his people. He is. Along with free will. And then, and at the same time, are being taken away from the face of the devil. It's going to be that free will we're going to have, that we're going to make that choice of whom we're going to serve. Because right now in captivity, you have a devil that you can fall back on, but the Most High knows his people. He knows exactly whether you are in captivity or not. If the Most High want to deem it, however he want to move it, he's going to do it because he knows his people. He knows that heart. You got some individual brothers. You got these rappers that was in the 90s, came out in the 90s, in their 50s and 60s. Got recording labels talking about their music is built upon dope boys selling drugs in the neighborhood. Now you're supposed to set the example. You're supposed to be that mature, older person now. And this is what you're trying to do? See, like I said, the Most High knows his people. Some people flat out just don't want it. And that could be some of our family members. Some people, Israel, may not want it. Korah, Dathan, Abiram got hemmed up. Most High, now you take everything they got. Take everything they got. He considered it unclean. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and their families, went down with them. The Most High opened up the earth. Same thing can happen right down to this very day. We're the same people, brothers. Don't, let's not misunderstand that. We are the same people. We are. And some may come to understand who we are. But some will hold on to that Esau type of attitude. That was his group of Israelites. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say Muslim, because that's that. When I say they must, oh no, they said they know that they know, and they live in Africa. They know who they are. They know that they are of Israel, but they are devout Islam. They're devoted to Islam. That's that free will. That's that free will can get you hemmed up with the Most High. Esau knew exactly who he was. He just didn't care. And we are at that particular moment. We can sit up here and tell family members who we are scripturally and everything. And they be like, well, you know, you got a point, so and so, so and so. But hey, you got some individuals that love captivity. They love it. Of course, there's a fleshly benefit that they're getting out of it. When you got a world, you have a world, a system that was taught to them. Hey, you can do what you want to do. If you want to lie, cheat, and steal, hey, have at it. That's what the world teaches. Now, from a demonic side, they make like there's a law, because some of the richest people are the biggest thieves. Period. Do I need to go down the line with that? We got stolen. We was forced to do this here. We was forced to do that there. But now when you get down to it, a lot of these big businesses, no, they stole to get to that position that they are in. But the moment you steal from them, man, it's ready. They're ready to chop your neck off. They are ready to chop your neck off the moment you steal from them. But that's the system. That is this system in which we live in. We live up under, rather. But brothers and sisters, this is what I'm saying. This is just my encouragement. I'm about to get up out of here. Believe in the Most High. Believe in Him. Hey, Brother Dave, who was that I was doing? Well, somebody was stole a whole continent, and the Most High said, you went in and you chopped up my land. Let's understand what they did now. They went in and stole from the Most High. That's what they did. Now they're thinking that this is what these nations are thinking. That everything that they got now is legal from their standpoint. I don't care what these nations are doing. What was that? It was saying that China has like over 6 billion acres of land. It don't faze me. You got a little small country in Africa where Europeans came and said, hey, you can't, no blacks allowed. Okay, we'll go see how that go work out for you. That's what they did, divided the land up. And they thinking everything is copacetic. They are funding that mindset. They got themselves so arrogantly in Africa, like they laying in the bed, it's cozy, and they got the sheets all on the bed, and they cozy, as if ain't nothing go come upon them. Brother Dave, did not the Most High say? Did not the Most High said everybody would go to back to his and her own land? Did not the scripture say that? Shoot, brother Robert. That's gonna change. what you're experiencing right now, that's going to change. It's going to change. Let me tell you something. The most I knows his people. We ain't brothers. We're the same people. The same people. He knows I gotta bring some trouble upon these people in order for them to wake up. He knows exactly what he got to do to his people to wake them up. It didn't take all that with you. But the most I know, brothers, you can have like 3 or 4 kids. And you know, one child, you can say something. You know what, better yet, I can do it this way. Aaron, Moses' brother. You didn't have to whoop him. Aaron was broke down already from the get-go. When he got into some trouble, he broke down. Bam. Every single time. It didn't take much to discipline Aaron. Miriam, that's a different story. Most High, he had to touch her. Just like with some of your brothers and some kids. You got some of your kids, you don't have to discipline as hard. Some of them, you got like, man, look here. Go outside and get me a branch, not a switch. Get me a branch. I mean, that's what I have seen. And in certain kids, it takes a little bit more discipline to get through to them. Shalom, shalom, Sister Patia. But I talked about, and Brother Robert, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that. Who was it? Sister Kathy said it months ago. It's like they gotta go through some hard times to understand the gravity of what's going on. See, right now, a lot of our family members are distracted. Got to go out there and make some money. Got to go out there and make some money to pay rent, to pay bills. They distracted. Brother, this is in which we live in. It's a distraction, and then they made it a necessity to keep us away from the Most High. That's all He has done. That's all He has done. But when it comes to family members, brothers, I say, I have a sister. She's seriously sick. And I was saying some things to her, and I know it was rubbing her the wrong way, but I tried my best to keep it in a manner where she know where I'm not coming off hard or harsh and things of that nature. She knows that now. But it's going to, brothers. It's going to this. We think we went through some things. The Most High said, He said that Jacob is going to be saved out of this great tribulation. It's the reason why the Most High said that. He knows exactly. Some of His people need to get a whiff of this great tribulation. This is His loving side for His people. This is the Most High loving side. I mean, when I say loving side, yeah, these people, hey, Solomon said it. Who is able to govern these difficult people? Brother, we still difficult right down to this very day. The thing about you brothers and sisters on this line, you're not difficult because the Most High woke you up. He know the spirit, but the rest of them, good night. No, they will have to smell. They will have to smell and feel the strength of this great tribulation. That's His loving side, because what? The Most High has a desire for none to be destroyed. If he got to bring in hard times to realign our mindsets, so be it. That's what he's going to do. And there you go, Brother Robert. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. No, that was Sister Melody. Oh yeah, well, yeah, Sister Melody, you hitting points. And I mean, now, Brother Robert, I do understand what you're saying on that, brother. I do. But that's the devil. And it was meant to get to the core of you. Let me tell you something, brother. I have always been that particular child. It was 5 of us. And I'm gonna just tell you this. I was the first one to buy a house out of my family. I went to college, got an associate's degree. Always had a mindset of running a business, to which I did that. Always, had decent jobs. And then I looked at the job and I said, I can do this myself. My family needed money. Who did they call me? I was sending money here, there. When I figured that they was not able to pay the money back, brother, what? I was making money. They didn't too much faze me. I said, okay, all right, move on. And now I'm gonna say this, Brother Robert. Now I'm to a degree, I know exactly how you feel. So when the Most High woke me up, good night. And I thought I was being a Christian. I see people on the street that give them some money and things of that nature. I thought I was doing a deed. And the Most High said, no, you ain't doing the deed. As a matter of fact, I got to clean you up. Brothers, like I said, I had the jobs, I had the business. I'm making money on both ends. I'm buying clothes near about every week for me and my son. We eating out, spending about $400 a week just eating out. About $1,000, about $1,200 a week just on buying clothes every week. Most High woke me up, man. Let me tell you something, man. When he woke me up, he said, you got to go through it. So the business started slowing down. Brother, at that particular time, Brother Robert, I had, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think I had 3. No, 4. I forgot I had 1. Brother, I had a truck sitting in the garage that I thoroughly forgot that was in the garage. A Tahoe. I was just driving my work truck all the time. Let me see. I had the Avalanche. I had a Tahoe. I had my work van. No, I had 2 work vans. And so, but I was always driving my work van. I was doing it for the taxes. I go to the grocery store, I drive my work van, to put the mileages and everything on so I can write this stuff on the taxes. So anyway, and I literally forgot that I had a truck in the garage. It just sat there. Man, I went and looked at the thing. That thing had so much dirt on it, it wasn't even funny. But I had all this stuff. The Most High woke me up. I figured out who we were. I was blown by it. I could not believe it, brother. I was listening to Deuteronomy 28 so much. I was like, no, this can't be. This cannot be. I could not believe it. But then I could believe it and I couldn't believe it because I'm like, man, all the stuff we went through. And I'm talking, and in my mind, I'm playing roots back in my head, back and forth. I'm playing any type of slave move that I have ever seen. I'm putting it in I'm looking at it by means of these scriptures. That's how I woke up. So now, along with that awakening was a cleansing, where I had my mind set on was making money, trying to care for my family and all that stuff. The Most High said something totally different. Brothers, let me tell you something. I had 5 companies. 5 companies that were billion-dollar companies. Contracts. Whoo, they was gone. Because I was thinking about selling the business along with the contracts. Because these people was like, how did you get all these? How did you get $5 billion? And they knew the companies. They was asking the question, how do you get that? And brother, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was getting ready to sell the company because of these contracts. They take over the contracts. I just wanted to sell the company. Man, I couldn't get to that point. The Most High must have knew something. He said, you get this, I'm gonna lose you. And brother, things start drying up. The system started moving in a totally different direction. And then COVID kicked in. It's going to hurt, Brother Robert. So when COVID kicked in, brother, that's when my money started looking funny. My money was looking so funny, it was tickling me to death. It was looking funny. And man, and when along with my money, I woke up. I'm telling family who we are. Oh, brother, that was a double blow. That was a double blow. And it took my cousin. She said this to me. She said, Mike, you go find out who your family really is. Yeah, I know what you did, Mike. I know the money you was sending to your family across the board. I know you was sending them. She said, you bought your mama a truck? Your family need you sending 5 and 1,000. We all know it. She said, but you go find out who your family is. And I was absolutely blown, Brother Robert, how my family got down. When my money dried up, bruh, I ain't even have a roof over my head. I moved in. I didn't move in with my cousin. He said, but cuz, man, the best I can do, man, I got a shop in the back. I told him, I said, man, what I'm going to do? Why? I said, I'm going to appreciate it. I slept in his shop on the floor. My mother told me, I said, he ain't moving in here talking about he is real. He ain't coming in here with that stuff. Oh, brother, that was a blow. I'm saying to my mom, I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, just out of the clear blue sky, brother, I just send my mother, I'll put $1,000, $2,000 in my mother's account. Period. But like my cousin said, you're going to know who your family is. Keep on going through it. And I just could not believe a lot of stuff that my family did along with this awakening. Now, when it got down to it, Brother Robert, I had like 1, 2, 3. No, 4. I got to count the vehicles, man. I had so many vehicles. I mean, all it was taken from me. Now, mind you, my vehicle was paid for. I ain't too much care for no note. Now, I did that $500 a month, $700 a month on some trucks. I woke up from that real quick. But all of that stuff was stolen from family members. Yeah. So I was slowly beginning waking up in the truth and I mean, yeah. I'm the same way on that, Sister Melody. It was it was full blown to me. And around about 2018, 2019 was like, it's a done deal. Ooh, good night, Sister Melody. Hold on, sis. I didn't see all that now. I was slowly beginning awakening to the truth in between 2012 and 2017. After my son and husband, oh, sis, you got to be joking me, sis. Oh, boy. The Most High had my full attention. And I believe he isolated me so that my awakening could begin. Good night, sis. Shoo. You know, let me tell you something now, Sister Melody. It was that isolation. Good. I ain't gonna lie to you, sis. After all that happened, and I moved in with a friend before I moved in with my cousin, childhood friend. And since I was so messed up, I was walking down the street. I mean, it's cold and it's raining. I'm walking down the street crying, trying to figure out what was going on. I'm walking up and down the street trying to figure out what's going on. I was talking to my sister. She said, and she was blown because she couldn't believe it. She said, Mike, how's you losing all that? I said, I'm telling her, I don't know. She was one of the person who was always calling me, hey, Mike, can you send me a few dollars here, a few dollars there? She couldn't believe it. Then she boiled down and she just said, you know, Mike, I think you're being disciplined by the Most High. And you want to, Sister Melody, and you just like what you just said. Let me see. It was something you said. Isolated. I was isolated. And then the brother that I was living with, sleeping on their sofa, he came to me. And that's when it all started. Now, family members started gossiping about this and gossiping about that. And he was hearing some stuff. And I was like, dude, I ain't seen you in how many years? Why do I need to lie to you? So, I mean, that's when the gossip and everything started. And it was more so based and centered around the awakening. He's saying he Israel, we Israel. Those people, there was my mother. She was like, those people over in Israel, those are the Israelites. And I go to the scripture, I'm like, the scripture said that they're not. They're a synagogue of Satan. So what are you talking about? It's the isolation. And that's what happened. Even when it came down to QTUA, yeah, isolation. The Most High told me to leave that. But, you know, I'm playing it in my head because at this particular time, I was in Africa. And I'm like, why does that stuff keep on rolling through my head? Then eventually, evidently, I was moving too slow. The Most High speeded it up. That's what he did. And everything was going downhill. You're talking about isolation? Yes, you're going to go through it. They're going to say some things, brother Robert, your family. It's going to be like, are you for real? My brother stole my trucks. My cousin was like, and so what I told her, I said, no, you better have my trucks by the time I get back from Africa. Period. So I got hooked. I hooked up with my cousin, and I was telling my cousin when he like, this nigga done lost his mind. How he goes take your stuff? My cousin said, no, let's go get a gun. He said, we need to rectify some matters. Just my cousin saying. He said, this nigga done lost his mind. As if he made a threat to me like, hey, I ain't gonna hold back on you. My cousin was like, what do you mean he ain't gonna hold back? He said, no, dude, we need to go over there. And at this particular time, I said, no, man, let's leave it alone. Because I was dealing with a whole lot. And isolated at the same time. But at the same time, Sister Melody, Sister Brother Robert, the Most High will send people there to keep you on point. He ain't gonna just leave you out there in the lurch all by yourself, because he knows, hey, he the one who's created you. And that's for any and every last one of us. Oh, the church was the worst thing. They tried to draw me back in. I was like, oh no, I may be back here doing this, but trust and believe. This is the last place I need to be. So I went through that with that. Now, don't get me wrong now. A lot of people that I did knew were Jehovah's Witnesses. But they was kind of sinister. I mean, I ain't gonna say they. At least the elders were sinister, because they tried to get it where when I told them, I said, no, I'm not telling people that I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I said, I do not recognize myself as a Jehovah's Witness. I said, because I know what the scripture says. Now, what they was, and brother, I'm gonna be brief about this. It was Romans chapter 11. That's what the whole conversation came up on. And they were saying Israel was done away with. And I'm saying no, Israel is not done away with. And so what they wanted, when I told them, I said, no, I do not recognize myself as a Jehovah's Witness. They wanted to take the opportunity. They think they pimps. They took up the opportunity and said, hey, if you want to, we can let the congregation know that you're no longer a Jehovah's Witness. I said, I don't need you to do that. If I run up on anybody that I know, I can let them know. I don't need for you to speak for me. They wanted to get on the stage and get it out to the congregation, because they know that they gossip a lot. They gossip. So if you don't give them that permission, they can't get up there and say it. They got up there and they said it, oh, they can be in court. They know this. So what they tried to do was separate me from family and friends. I said, if I need to tell, I tell them myself. This is that awakening, brothers, that we individually going to go through. It's going to be isolation off the top. It's going to be isolation. But you're going to have to go through the flames. You're going to have to go through the flames. That's now, and for what, however the Most High is going to use us, it's going to be done to his according to his will. Because you're not going through the flame just to be going through, just to be going through some hard times. You're just not going to go through that just to be let time pass by. Not one red cent. Sister Melody, when it comes to that church, you're right. They go get it. Their accountability is upon them. Yes, they just keep on stacking. The Most High sent me back to speak with those elders. Those elders called me and they asked me. They said, "Can we have a shepherding call?" I'm like, "Okay, this was my chance to let these brothers know my stance." And so, and this is when we got into the conversation. I told her, "No, I can no longer follow what Jehovah's Witnesses teach." I said, "You teaching that Israel is done away with, and the scriptures clearly states that they're not." Then I went in and I said, "Hey, you tell an individual it's okay for them to eat meat with blood, and then they put a letter out saying it's based upon a person's conscience." That sounds like a Gentile move to me. If it ain't one, I was like, wow. And he said medium rare, and so I brought that out. And so, but the one that really there was a kicker with me was when Paul said, the scripture said, Has the Most High done away with his people? Paul said, he said, absolutely not. For I am myself am of the tribe of Benjamin, an Israelite. Now, how Jehovah's Witnesses came up? Oh, well, let me take that lie back. Let me take that back. This is what they did. This is what they said. And you know, and they went into one of their books. They didn't go into no scriptures. They went into one of their books that they wrote. And this is what the brother read to me now, one of the elders. And it stated that Paul was up under some stress when he penned that. He was up under stress when he said that. So what they were saying in so many words that Paul was up under stress, and he shouldn't have wrote that in the Bible. So I shared that with my mother. I shared that with my mother. My mother seen it. And then she said this here. Mike, you got to let the faithful and discreet slaves, your witnesses, you got to let them bring that out. So I said to my mother, they've been around since the 1800s, and they haven't brought it out. This is 2000 and something. You think somebody that is that blind that they don't see this particular scripture? And then they're going to come out with something to refute the scripture, calling Paul, saying that Paul's up under some stress, that he was mentally disturbed, in so many words, that I'm supposed to wait on these people to share truth? This is what I said to my mother. Now, mind you now, the thing about it was I got my mother hemmed up because now she see what this scripture said. Now, and you will come out with something, a book that they wrote to refute the scriptures? That's what I was looking at. That's what I was looking at. And that's what religion teach, that Israel was done away with. And they took it, hey, they got it from their home. They got it from Christendom. All of Christendom believe Israel is done away with. Jehovah's Witnesses included. They started off as, they gravitated from Seventh-day Adventists. That's where they came from. And they took a whole lot of lies with them. That's all they did. And they got our families tied up in them. You're going to be isolated. Now, with this awakening, brothers, I tell you, you come to appreciate it because now you're starting to see more, you understand more. That's my conversation, and this is just Brother Robert. Brother, now we not going to have a whole lot of conversation with family members. Some of them, you're going to know who you can talk to and who you cannot talk to. See, the ones they thinking they hurting your feelings are the ones that's going to be like right there at you begging for forgiveness. And when it came to Job, his friends coming and talking all silly to him, Job had to pray for them because the Most High was about to strike them dead. We're in the same scenario, brothers and sisters. When it's all over said and done, you're going to have family members going to say some things they ain't got no business saying. Hey, but when the Most High break it back down, oh, they're going to be the old ones who going, you are literally have to pray over them in order for them to heal up. They will come to understand the awakening then. This is what they got to go through, so be it. And this is what I believe is going to happen. Period. Some of us are so stubborn, we got to get hemmed up to wake up. And what do people do when they start running up on hard times? That's when they get, let me do it this way. Some, out of fear, start believing in the Most High. But this ain't going to be that one. This ain't going to be that. This is going to be a very concerning fear. And it's meant to do that. It is meant to do it. And that's what it's going to take for us to wake, our family members to wake up. Hey, Most High, yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. He don't want us no part of this system, and he understands that his people are in it now, and the blood is already tainted. He got to clean our blood. He knows exactly what he's doing and what needs to be done to show his love for his people. But his love is only going to go so far, because that free will will kick in. That free will is going to kick in, and you're going to do what you want to do. And the Most High is going to do what he's going to do. Because now there's going to be that time where he got it. Truthfully, you would destroy your own self by means of your own free will. If you're not living by the laws, you're going to gradually die off. Period. You're going to gradually die off. And that's what it's going to boil down to being. I tell you, I never would have imagined that I would have went through what I went through. Never seen it. I never seen it coming. I never seen it coming. Never seen that coming. Because I'm saying to myself now, I put money back. I do this here, I do that there. Everything I was doing, brother, was on point. I don't care how on point you may be. If the Most High knows who you are and what you are meant to do, he's going to bring you from that. And now mind you now, brothers, not all brothers and sisters are going to go through things that we may go through individually. Some may not even lose a dime. Because the Most High was probably looking at that person, I ain't gonna say, looking at that person hard, and he knows, all right, this person, his mindset about money, you know, it's not at a demonic state. You know, so I mean, everybody's going to go through different things, but trust and believe, you're going to go through that fire. You're going to go through that. You're going to go through that. Sister Melody. Whew. Blindsided, sister. I'm talking about. I got hit from both sides. I was hit from both sides. It's just what we got to go through, you know. And it could be like what you said, the purging out. And like the scriptures also said, he disciplined those he loved. So I mean, you got to take that. You got to take that purging as a blessing, because some people they don't want to go through that purge. You know, they like the condition that they may be in. You know, but yeah, go build that home. What's this, Sister Melody? Being of that your own household, yeah. But then when you start to stand back and you start looking at your life, and when I say your life, I'm talking about you got to go back to when you was a child. Go back and this is for any of you, truthfully, any of you brothers and sisters that is woke now, go back and look at your life as a child, and you go come to find out you was doing some things that were totally different. There were some things your own brothers and sisters was keeping you from. And you felt that they were doing this and doing that to you. No, it was a reason why some of the things that you was going through. It was a reason. And I'm talking about start from you as a child right on up to you a grown person. Because it's all going to make sense. And it's not to sit up here to put you on a pedestal or make people feel sorry for you. But it was some things that the Most High did not want you to experience. Period. That's what he laid out to you. Just awakening. Brothers and sisters, just go back and look at your whole life. Because you was already, hey, what did the scripture say about when the Most High? I knew you before you was born. This is that awakening. And now You talking about the Most High saying or stating he knew you before you was born. Now here you are. What is this? 2026. He spoke about you being in a 400-year captivity. You being a mature person with this awakening. What was that? Some little Gentile lady was on TV, and she said that the young generation, and she called herself to be a Jew. Oh, yeah, whatever. And she was saying the young generation is the most dangerous generation. I disagreed very hardly. And I say that because the ones that are woke, who's taking up this mantle, who is out there spearheading this awakening, are mature people. You may have your 20-something here or there, but your people now that's right here preaching, teaching, are the ones in their 50s, 60s, 70s. Look at it, brothers. I look at the numbers near about every day. I look at the numbers near about every day. And it's those mature people that's doing it. The Most High waited to get for these individuals to be born, to wake them up. And with this awakening, what did these brothers and sisters do? They're doing it. They are doing it. I'm talking about globally. And the reason why I can say globally, brothers, truthfully, I didn't even realize that my music was international. I didn't. And I started playing around on the internet and I found out. And then TikTok, they sent me matter of fact, they sent me plenty of messages. One, I had to go to this sister and I had to ask her, what did this mean? And she told me, she said, Mike, oh, they consider you an artist. There are certain privileges that you get. Then they came back and gave me something else, something about video something. I gotta give her a call back and ask her, what do this mean? And so she said, I need to take over your channel. But the thing about it was, I did not realize how far and wide this awakening is. It's wide, brothers. It is absolutely wide. There are, like South Africa, the brothers over there, they woke. What was that? Another one that was in South Africa was one of the ones. I think South Africa was the biggest one for me. Then was following with South Africa is Nigeria. That was the second. Then the third was Tanzania. And then they got, sparingly all other countries. But the Most High is waking his people up. They understanding who they are. And truthfully, that was some countries I wouldn't even think that, our music would be there. But it's there and they listen to it. Even in that place they call Israel. I was absolutely just blown away. The Netherlands. The scripture said that we are like in the four corners of the earth. All right, so be it. But this is what's happening, brothers. It's this mature group of people who are spearheading this awakening. Once they woke up, they understand who we are. Oh yeah, we speak on it. When we start speaking up on it, now the powers that be, yes. What are they doing? They monitoring everything about this awakening. Period. They're not going through what we go through. They're not being disciplined by the Most High like we are being disciplined. Because their discipline, their discipline is a whole different one. Their enjoyment is happening right as we speak. Whatever things that they are enjoying, brothers and sisters, it's going to be, truthfully, it's going to be short-lived. We got to continue to go through this time of trouble, the time of discipline. We got to go through these things. But the Most High said, hey, you're going to eventually take your seat. Truthfully, right now, I'm seeing a greater exodus at hand. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm believing. And then that's going to be that time where we will be away from the devil's, from up under the devil's nose. And this is my encouragement, brothers. Believe in the Most High deeply. That's all the Most High asking. When I tell you something, the leaves are for the curing of the nation, believe it. I'm going to bring you out with a mighty hand, believe it. Don't cut his hand short. Don't say what the Most High won't do. If the Most High wanted you, he deemed it necessary for you to run faster than a horse, trust and believe you will be outrunning that horse. Believe it. And I always know the Most High can't lie. Brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. These days in which we're living in are demonic days. And this world has renewed its hatred towards us. And they're going to try their best to implement what their desire is, because it's going to be demonically moved. Because the devil understands your light. He understands that light so much that he knows exactly the strength of that light. He don't have it no more. When he came up and stood up against the Most High, that light was withdrawing. He understands if you maintain that light that's within you, brothers. He knows you will outshine him any day. You'll outshine him. He can't get that light back. Everything that's about him is death. And that's the only thing that he is about. Eventually, as the scripture says, death was cast into the lake of fire. That last enemy, death, cast into the lake of fire. Believe it, brothers. You be safe out there, Brother Robert. And you brothers and sisters, Sister Melody, and as well as Brother Dave and Sister Van P, and the rest of you brothers and sisters, keep your head on the swivel. The young ones that we can get in contact with, we, encourage them to, to watch their backs. The world would talk nice and sweet, kind and everything, but then, when the devil wants to activate him, he has them at a leisure, brothers. He has the world as a leisure. If he wants to activate them and you in a compromising position, activate. You cannot mingle with the world, especially during this awakening. You cannot mingle with it. The Most High, he got a stance going on. He says, separate yourself. And he does not change. You brothers and sisters, be safe out there. Until next time, shalom.